Hey guys, welcome back to the 7th episode of the Unhinged Ginge. Man, I love doing this. It's very therapeutic for me to like get the stories out there, but it's also like the response I've been getting means everything to me, and thank you for all of your DMs and your emails and your comments and your like, and then just thank you for everything, for all the support. I really appreciate it, guys. So, I guess this week we are talking about Chef. And we're going to leave it at Chef, which I low-key hate because I love this guy's name. But we're going to call him Chef. That's what he is. That's what he does. And that's... I actually asked him what he wanted me to call him because, yes, we do still talk. It's kind of a trend if you hadn't noticed. And I told him that I thought it would be easier for me to remember what to call him if he named himself. So... Chef it is, darling. And if you are tuning in, thank God I don't remember that much. Ah! Okay, so I like to think that every person has at some point in their life, or will at some point in their life, have that person that they would just set themselves on fire for. And I've had many. But Chef was... he was the first big one. And then one morning a phone call changed everything. And we'll get there. So, let me paint you a picture of him. He was tall and funny and smart, and he had this really... I said had as if he's not still a living fucking person. Excuse my past tense wordage. He is magic, like I said before. He's just a really amazing person. Everybody who gets around him just becomes a better version of themselves just by being near him. He's kind and compassionate, and I can go on for days about all of the positive attributes that this man has. I thought this was going to be an easy one because I can talk about him so much, but it's actually proving to be a little difficult. So let's just say he was the best person I had ever met in my life up to that point, for sure. So I put him on a very high pedestal, very, very high. He could basically do no fucking wrong in my eyes, and I loved every second that I spent with him. Anyway, but I got divorced, he got divorced. Fucking game on. I remember when he got divorced, I was ready to absolutely pounce. And he's like, slow your fucking roll. Slow down. It's like, I'm still processing. I'm still dealing with this stuff. I got, there's a lot. It's the dissolution of a marriage. Like, I need time. He's also 10 years older than me, so that's probably had a lot to do with it as well. He wasn't a child like the rest of the boys, the min-man child boys I'd been fucking with. So he, I don't know, he was special. So he was like, slow your roll. I'm not ready. Relax. So eventually he was, and one night he was managing, so he was actually dressed quite nice, nice enough, he was in like a button-up shirt and slacks and whatever, and I, on the other hand, was in leggings and my work shirt that had like shit all over it because it was a busy day. So I had like little stains and stuff on my shirt, like sauces or whatever. It wasn't jizz this time. It was actually sauce. But I still had shit on me, and was wearing like yoga pants and just party bun, long curly hair, just all on top of my head, and just like, kind of like just a little messy disaster. And we decided like that we were going out that night. He wanted to take me around town and show me his old stomping grounds. He took me to this other little bar by the Capitol that was like down some steps and this little tiny, I honestly wish I remembered more details about that night. And for this, I don't remember a lot of the details, and not because I was super hammered like I normally would be in these stories, but because I just was in awe of him. I just was full focused on him the whole time, and everything else was just fuzzy background noise. I remember we like got in a pedicab and I felt so bad for the pedicab because Chef's such a big dude and I am not a small girl and I am very dense and my muscle mass was pretty heavy back then too. So it's like this poor pedicab is trying to go up this hill. We weigh a lot. Oh, bless him. I don't know what we paid him, but it should have been more, honestly. So, anywho, we go downtown and there's like this big event happening and there's all these like big bubble tent type situations that are like closed off. It's like everyone's in like formal wear and business attire and looks very professional. And like I said, I do not fit in at all, but he's like, just trust me. And so he tries to sneak me in this way and he's like, you just gotta walk like you know where you're going. And he just like walks through this thing and I'm like, yeah. And so I'm like, go by. And I'm like, I'm gonna do it too. Like, and they stop me lickety split. They're like, absolutely not. I'm like, yeah, okay, that's fair. So like wander around different spot or whatever. And it's behind these tents and it's where all the staff is doing their thing. The chefs, the caterers, like yada, yada. And so I watched Chef, he so fucking slick. It was so sexy. He was so slick. He goes up to this one guy, like, grabs a server or like a cook or something. Asks the first guy, like, what's going on? What are you guys doing? Just very casual conversation. So the guy tells him what the whole thing is, and it's the fucking governor's ball. And we find out this, and he tells him a little bit of information. So then Chef takes that information and goes, he's like, oh, well, who's in charge? So it goes from a staff member to like the boss of the staff members, uses the information that this person gave him and spun it as if he already knew what it was. And then regurgitated it to this next person. And the next person's like, oh yeah, starts giving him more information. And she's like, oh, that's really interesting. Well, I'm a chef. I'd really like to talk to someone. And he's like, oh yeah, no problem. He's right over there. So fast forward, we're now talking the exec chef for like this whole thing, the catering, the event or whatever. And the dude lets us in through like the service entrance. I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. But also like, not, you've got to be fucking kidding me. Because in my eyes, this man can't do anything. He absolutely can do anything. And then he just did. Like, what? You just snuck us into the fucking governor's ball? We're directly in front of the Capitol in like fucking Austin, Texas, in the middle of Congress Street. Just chilling with all these professionals and politicians and whatever the fuck. And I look like a scrubbed out monster. I was so uncomfortable. And he was like, no, you're good. You look great. It's fine. Don't worry about it. We're gonna have the best time. And so we're like drinking and dancing. We're meeting all these people. It was incredible. I loved it. And then we eventually like boogied out of there. And we were just, I don't know, we were just dancing and kissing and just up against buildings, making out passionately. Everything just felt like, it was just like, it was just this night. Oh God. I can't let it go. It was one of my favorites. And I was just starstruck by him. Just, he was incredible. I don't know, man. Like, I was mesmerized by this motherfucker. And Raina was working at a nightclub. And we went in there like, hey, let's go see Ray. Go get a free drink. We went in there and ended up in the bathroom that didn't have doors. It was just like a curtain, like a shower curtain, like curtain type situation. And we go in there and we are just messing around, getting hot and heavy. And next thing I know, Chef has got me hoisted up, legs over each of his shoulders, and he is just going to town. Sir is having a snack. Ooh, in that bathroom stall. God, that man had mouth skills. Has, probably. Good on whoever's with him now. Ooh, I'm sure it's only gotten better. That motherfucker was incredible. He's some of the top five, best all of it. All of it. Holy crap. Every moment I had with that dude felt fucking sexy. Man, like I told you last week when we were leading into this, like, he was just one of those people that made you see you the way he saw you. And I loved that. I never loved me as much as I loved me when I was with him. And I think that's why I was so I was just crazy. I was crazy for him. I was absolutely fucking out of my mind crazy for him. So you can imagine how much of a bummer it was when I was on my last strike of tardiness at work, and I was definitely late, but because the GM who should have fired me hated me, but also I think was just a little scared of me. He's a nice guy, but he's very passive aggressive. And so he had Chef fire me when I was late, which is totally fine. I deserved it. I know the rules, and I was late because I was too busy running around being a fucking monster. But, you know, that's what you do. That's what you do. Post-divorce, in your 20s, or just because you fucking feel like it. You know, growing pains, man. No shame over here. So, yeah. So Chef had to fire me. But it didn't matter. It didn't change anything because that was business and that was my fault. Like, I fucked that up, and it wasn't going to stop me from seeing him, caring about him, sleeping with him. It wasn't to stop me from doing shit that I was doing. That is for sure. I absolutely promise. So eventually I got a new job at a spot on a different side of town. Really cool space. That's where I ended up meeting Evan, who we will talk about for just a little bit. He was a delightful baby. He was a delightful angel man as well. He was another, he's not dead. And I still talk to him per fucking usual. I gotta quit pretending like using the past tense for these guys. I say was because I move a lot, and when I leave a city, it's like, that's like, but the chapter's never really actually closed because I keep these people close to me because I love them. They mattered, and they still matter. They're a big part of my life. And just because you're not my person doesn't mean you're not supposed to be a person that is in my life. And I don't just give up on people or leave people behind because they don't want to be with me, or because we don't live in the same place, or anything. I don't know. I feel so blessed to have met these people. Anyway, I digress. Even though I was no longer working with him, and I was seeing him less, I wasn't actually seeing him less because I was still with him like 3 to 4 nights a week. I want to say most weeks. Like, we were together a lot. At least at nighttime. That's at least where I was staying. Man. I just remembered a story. Ooh, that's a steamy one. We might have to save that for later. And I'm going to save that one for later. But it's like, oh God, okay. It's like ghosting, but like if ghosting was like sexy. I just remembered that. We'll check that one out on Patreon later. Once she makes one. There's so much stuff. Okay, so I digress. Even though I was seeing him like 3-4 nights a week, most weeks and whatever, I was also seeing other people. I was still going home with tourists. I was still seeing strangers. I was still just like fucking spreading it around, dude. I was hoeing it up big time after I got divorced. I was going for it hard because why the fuck not? You know? And he was also seeing, like, he was so charming. He is so charming. He's such a ladies' man. He'd charm the panties off anybody. I swear to God. It's in his voice, the way he fucking talks to you. Like, you're done, you're a goner. You do not have a chance. You just don't. You don't. If he's into it, he will have it. I don't know if anyone said no to that man that he's ever wanted, honestly. I mean, I'm sure, because, like, he's a human, right? And, like, rejection is real, but, like, oh my God. So, anywho, he had his fingers on a lot of different honeypots as well. Also seems to be a trend with the men that I am attracted to. So, yeah, I got a little crazy sometimes for him, a little crazier than I needed to be. You know, you drink too much, you start feeling a type of way. I woke up in his front yard. I drove my car to his house, and I parked in his lawn, and I passed out in my car. And then he woke me up. He knocked on the window, I guess. I hadn't been out there long. I guess he said like 5 or 10 minutes, and I made a mountain out of a molehill and lost my fucking mind and ended up in his yard. Yeah, I know, it's crazy. I know it's crazy. I know I'm a fucking crazy person, but so are you. So we aren't here to judge. We listen. We do not judge. And all of you are fucking crazy. You're just as crazy as me. Do you know why you're just as crazy as me? I will tell you why. It is because love is like a parasite, but it only feeds on the part of your brain that helps you be logical and rational. Yeah, that's all it eats. It's logic and rationality. At least it does that until you learn how to love yourself. Once you learn how to love yourself, I feel like the game changes a little bit, and it doesn't. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. You just like be getting lost is like you don't feel as lost. It's like you get lost in people, but like you have a map because you have a map of how to get back to yourself. You can find it, but when you don't know who you are or how to love yourself, you just can't. And it's just a parasite, and it's hard. And since I hadn't learned how to love myself yet, I definitely let a lot of that get the best of me. So yeah, that's how I felt about this man. It was a lot, and it all kind of exploded when we woke up one morning and he got a phone call and he sent it to voicemail, and then he immediately checked the voicemail. Come to find out, his friends who own a restaurant in the Caribbean had their sous chef, if I'm not mistaken. He fell off a ladder and broke his neck. Not dead, he is fine, he is healed, it is okay, but he broke his neck, so obviously he's out of commission, and it was about to be like busy season for them. Like, they were actually in busy season at that point, and they needed someone, and they were like, you'll be perfect for this. And so it's like, hey, let us know, we need to know if you're into this. And they left him this voicemail. So he hangs up the phone, he's like, oh, holy shit. And I'm like, what? And then he tells me what I just fucking told you, and I'm like, oh wow, that's fucking cool. Like, when do they need you? And he's like, next week. And like, everything just like sank. It hurt. Oh, I'm getting a little like I remember how she felt. That shit was hard. But I just like I told you, I just want these men I care about to be happy and to like do something, like go thrive, go succeed, just go. So I supported him wholeheartedly. I was like, you have to. Without question, you have to go. And he's like, yeah, you're right, I do, I have to go. And I'm like, yeah, you have to go. And so he knew that was what he was gonna do, and I knew that's what he was gonna do. So, gotta get on board, let him know I support him. So I helped him pack, wrap his stuff up with saran wrap and shit. That was weird, that was tough. And yeah, a week later he left. And he took my heart with him. Yeah, this shit ripped me in half. So of course you do what you do when your heart's broken. And that's get real drunk and order Taco Bell. Yes, Taco Bell is code for Mitchell now. So, started doing that again. Because can't help myself. But it was hard. He was my center of gravity at that point. That whole thing was hard. Chef was never mine. But he had me. He had me enough so that when he left, I spun out so hard. And that is not his fault, like, by any stretch. I take full fucking responsibility. I'm like, he left me and I went crazy. He didn't leave me. I wasn't his. He wasn't mine. We were with each other. We just loved each other and enjoyed the shit out of each other. Like, it was what it was. But it was fucking hard. So, now that he's gone, next week, the fallout. A messy 10 months. Me moving in with different people because I moved out of the birdhouse. Me and Heather getting bored and buying a strap-on. And then eventually it's going to end with me booking a 1-week vacation that turned into an adventure of a fucking lifetime. I also found this cute little journal that has a few little notes from that in here. So I will be able to give you more accurate descriptions of the way things happen, because she did document some things that didn't get set on fire. That also will be coming up, because I did have more of these, but a bunch of them got thrown away or set on fire or whatever. I'm not even sure. I've heard several stories. So, all of that being said, I am wrapping it up for today. Thank you for sticking with me on this journey of sexy, sexy heartbreak. In case nobody's told you lately, You are the plot twist, my darling. So, since you're in control, make sure you write a fucking good one, alright? And I will see you next Tuesday.